Hello, welcome back to the Strictly Muscles Chronicles. My name is Martin Kimpston, and I am a personal trainer, nutrition coach, and muscle activation technique specialist in Chicago. I have put together the Chronicles to provide exercise, nutrition, and mindset practices to help us persevere well during the COVID-19 pandemic. And the goal is ultimately help us emerge from this more resilient and prepared for future challenges. For our nutrition, the first 3 weeks, I've presented 3 topics or 3 strategies, skills to develop. The first one was just being more mindful of when you're eating, tracking when you're eating and snacking. The second was becoming more mindful of how you're eating in terms of, are you eating without distraction or with distraction? Are you eating fast or are you eating slow? And then last week was really focused on being aware or becoming aware of your hunger and fullness cues. So by implementing those, you're already doing a great job. In fact, better than the majority of people out there that just aren't even aware of that right now. They're focused on other things. So give yourself a good thumbs up on that. This week, I wanted to present something that was a bit more tangible, something that you can sense and see rather than just focusing on how you're feeling. So I wanted to introduce the hand portion control guide. Okay, so hold your hand up. Essentially what this is a way for you, no matter where you are, if you've got carry out or if you're cooking your meals at home and you're planning your nutrients, your portion size for proteins, vegetables, carbohydrates, and fruit and fat, you have your tool. Okay, so for using the hand portion guide, we have our proteins. That's your palm. Okay, so that's this circumference, and also the thickness of your palm is your protein. Now, vegetables, we're going a fist. Same thing there. Your carbohydrates or your fruit would be a cup. So up like that. That'd be a cup portion. And your fats are your thumb. So for today, even this week, really, is just going to be becoming more aware on your plate of what everything looks like. And then as we progress into next week, we're going to go ahead and start planning using another strategy, using your hand portion guide to plan your meals out, to have those nutrients at each meal. And you can start looking at what portions that would equal for, say, a man versus a female. Time for exercise. We're going to start the week off with a lower body exercise. And the exercise we're going to do is very similar to what we did. Very first exercise I showed was the squat. Okay, if you remember the squat, I had you just up and down like that. So if you can get into this bottom position, then you're able to do this. That's your checking your capabilities, okay, in terms of your joint capability at your hips and your knees and your path of motion. The unique thing about this today is you're not going to be doing really a motion. You're going to get into a position, and then you're going to perform the exercise, and then you're going to stand up out of it, okay? So we're doing a towel deadlift. I have 2 towels, okay? Just more of a traditional towel rolled up, and then more of a beach towel. And you can see the length difference, all right? So I've got about the same height, about a 12-inch difference with the beach towel. What's cool about that is it allows me to set myself up in a different position in order to do these deadlifts, okay? So what you're going to do is you have your towel. I'm starting with the short one. That'll mean I'm lowering my squat position. I'm standing on it with my heel on the towel and my toes or the ball of my feet on the rug. Now what I want to do is just squat down. And notice how my back is. I'm not locked out here, not extended here, and I'm not super rounded like this. I want to be kind of this comfortable position where I'm bracing my midsection, and that includes my abdomen and my low back. And then with my head, I don't want to be up like this or my neck. I want to be just keeping it where it naturally is. I have my towel in both hands, and what I'm doing now is I'm trying to lift upwards, okay? So I'm trying to pull my heels up off the ground. I'm going to hold it for 10 seconds, and then I'm going to rest. You might decide to then stand up and reposition yourself. time-wise, you can do really what you want to do, and intensity-wise, you can choose how hard you want to pull. You want to go really hard, make sure you're breathing. If you want to go just enough where you can feel the muscles in your back of your hips work, great. Now, the cool thing about going from the short towel to the longer towel is that now you're in a different position, okay? So you can build strength, not just down here, but you can build strength here, okay? So, set my hands up, my feet up on the towel just the same way, and now you can see that different. I'm a little bit more vertical, okay? Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and start off the same way. I'm trying to lift straight up. I'm focusing more through the hips, my glutes, but you could choose to focus a little bit more through the quads as well, or the front of your legs. How long, how often? Start easy. Like I said, I was trying to keep the intensity a little lower when I was just building the pressure there. I held it for roughly 5-10 seconds for the example, but you could go up to 30 seconds. You could really start with 5 seconds, up to 30 to 60 seconds if you wanted to. Mindset time. So this weekend, I spent a bit of time thinking about this, and something that helped me was listen to one of my favorite podcasts. It's the Mind Strong Project. And during the podcast episode I listened to, Harvey Martin spoke about essentially what I feel when I put this out there is I don't want anybody thinking like I'm some expert, and I doubt any of you do anyway. I just want to present this stuff because I'm learning it, and it's helping me. So I'm going, wow, if this is helping me with mindset, exercise, and nutrition, if I just spread that out there, it's going to hit a couple people. And that cliche of, hey, as long as I help one person, it is true. And so that's why I'm putting this together. And I really dug into it a little deeper, and I started thinking about, man, what's my purpose? And I've done this exercise for years. And, what's your purpose? And creating that thing that I really find passionate about. And I feel like I found it. And I wrote it down in my book. And it's this. My purpose is to guide people to have more resilient mental and physical lives. And I believe nutritious eating, exercise, and healthy habits are all part of living a life with purpose. Won't lie to you, a little bit nervous putting that out there, sharing it with you. It's scary for me, but I overcame my fear. So my mindset challenge for everybody today is to determine your purpose. Now, I don't think it matters if you're 70 years old or 20 years old. Having a purpose in life is what will make you get up the next day and get excited about getting up the next day. So put it down on paper, record it, share it online, do whatever you want to do, but determine your purpose in life. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for sharing with your community. I'm glad you're doing so. I'm glad you're finding information in it. Please implement what we're talking about with exercise and nutrition and mindset. See you tomorrow.